Can we dream of a fairyland about 50 kilometers from Kolkata? Very much like the English countryside with castles and palaces? Wouldn't you like to witness a Thakur dalan, which is featured in films such as Guru Dutt Sahib Bibi Ghulam, the Indo-French production La Nuit Bengali, the Uttam Kumar starrer Shujya Topa, and Rituparna Ghosh's Bomkesh flick Shuttanishi? All this can come true if you visit Bengal's village of castles and palaces, very much in North 24 Parganas, on the Barashat Taki road towards Boshirhat, while experiencing the downtown abbeys of Dhanyakuria. Dhanyakuria, a very prominent hamlet during the British rule, connected with Kolkata from the initial days by Martin Burnt-built rail tracks on way to Hashnabad. This service stopped in 1955. Presently, it is connected by the Indian Railways and you have to disembark at a station called Kankra Mirzanagar. In the Colonial Era, this was a hub of group of zamindar families who were Jute traders to the Britishers. Historically, Dhanyakuria belonged to the Sunderban Area, till in 1742, when a man called Jagannath and his family began living here, clearing the jungles, setting their roots here. Since then, the destiny of Dhanyakuria has changed. 3 zamindar families, the Gaynes, the Sawoos and the Ballavs were among those who rose to fame and prosperity. Their glory and heritage shine brightly even today, reflected through some spectacular castles and palaces in a radius of 1 kilometer, well-maintained Naat mandirs and Thakur dalans. You may travel to the Bygone Eras of these zamindars while exploring this location. The glory and the golden days of Bengal, all in Dhanyakuria, Bengal's village of castles and palaces. We were standing in front of Bengal's Windsor Castle, known as the Gayne Castle locally. This famous Indo-English castle-like Baganbari, this garden retreat of the garden family, which reverberated the sounds of the ghungroos of the dancing girls, the tales of fantasy and pleasure hours of the Zamindars, a 30 acres campus which you are bound to admire and compare with the architecture of medieval Europe. Witness real-life illustrations of Western folklore. The castles are decked in pointy towers and square turrets, and boasts of gardens with ponds and cherubs. The entire property was later turned into an orphanage for girls, and now finally taken over by the government of West Bengal to build a heritage hotel. The unkempt ruins today charm as you wander in awe, looking at the architectural details, the turrets, the spires, the coat of arms. Access to these ruins are strictly prohibited today, so much is left to your imagination. The L-shaped Gayne Rajbari is a spectacular palace, long corridors, the Ionian pillars, the roof dome, fascinating landscape and garden. The tower house or the Nazar Minar which is an example of fusion architecture, the mix of European and Islamic styles. The Gaynes had made a fortune trading in jute, jaggery and other agricultural products. They enjoyed the patronage of the British, and huge tracts of agricultural fields and land ownership turned them into zamindars. The Gayne mansion today is a regular haunt for shoots of films and serials, the rent from film production companies that aids in the upkeep and the maintenance of the huge mansion. The Gayne mansion was built in parts primarily by Gobindra Chandra Gayne and his son Mahendranath Gayne in mid-19th century onwards, inspired by the European mansions. Mahendranath was a prominent member of the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and owned quite a few jute mills too. He was the one who also had built the Gayne Gardens by the main road. You get mesmerized by the colossal Durga Dalan. For Durga worship, you offer your prayers and respect to the Devi, the Durga idol shining brightly in the Thakur Dalan of the Gayne Rajbari. The Gaynes have been commissioning the idols to the same family of artisans for nearly 200 years. We are now standing in front of the mansion of the Sawoos with amazing Corinthian pillars and stucco-worked window arches and a main door with beautiful stained glass archway. We experienced a beautifully stucco-work decorated Thakur Dalan with 5 archways, almost as majestic as the Gaynes. Here too, there is a family Durga idol, which is a great attraction. This mansion was built by Zamindar Patit Chandra Sawoo 200 years ago and extended by his son Rai Bahadur Upendranath Sawoo. Welcome to the Ballav Mansion or Ballav Party. Painted in green and white, this mansion has ornate cast iron gates and fencing. Also view-worthy are the European figure-like structures on the house terrace and the beautiful frontal garden. The composite pillars, which are a mix of Corinthian and Doric styles. The straight and tall Corinthian pillars by the sides, stucco work in the veranda and the grand Thakur Dalan reflect the wealth of the family. This mansion was built by Zamindar Shama Charan Bollo more than 150 years ago. He had made his fortune mainly in the jute trade. The Thakur Dalan, the Durga idol, the festivities all make you feel reverence towards the Ballav family, maintaining its golden legacy through the years. As the sun sets, we stand in front of these grand period mansions with breathed glory, echo the grandeur of Bengal, over 2 centuries old, and were not, as one would imagine, built by the British colonial elite. This glorious heritage, the golden pages of Bengal's history, must be conserved, archived, protected and preserved to live eternally and keep on showcasing to the coming generations the inspired tales of the Zamindari magnificence which even awed the colonial rulers of those times.